Hello everyone, my name is Alicia and I will be talking about the language assignment. When I asked my mother where did she come up with the name Alicia, she said, and I thought that it would have been like a little bit more meaningful. Guess not. She said, oh, I just made it up with just a different spelling. And I'm like, okay. So I asked, you wanted it to be different? And she replied with a yes with a chuckle. When I was researching what my name means, it says noble, which I don't define myself as at all. My middle name is Jane, and I asked my mother, where did you get my middle name from? And she said, at first it was supposed to be Jade, but Jane matched better. So I'm like, oh, again, no meaning at all. So I searched it up and it said that Jane either means God is gracious or God is merciful, and I could actually relate to this because I grew up in a Christian household all my life. My last name is Lavaro, but if I were to say my full name, then it's Viejo Lavaro. Viejo being my mother's maiden name. Viejo originated from the Spanish language and means old or elder. Lavaro originated from Spanish and Portuguese languages and either means all guard, all protecting, or all aware guardian. The meanings behind my last name speak for all Lavaros because we're all on our toes. We're always kept on our toes. As for Viejos, but the meaning doesn't really match, you know. My favorite nickname would have to be Isha. When I was younger, my family would call me Isha for short because it was easier for my cousins to pronounce. One of my cousins has 2 daughters, and I love it when they say Auntie Isha because my nickname is being passed down to younger generations for those who can't pronounce my name correctly. And for my niece, she turns 3 next month and she can't pronounce her L's correctly, so if she were to say Alicia, it would be Awisha, so it'll be easier for her to just say Isha. So she's like, Auntie Isha, and I'm like, yes, sweetheart. Anyways, another nickname that my dad and sometimes what my brother would call me is Asha. My dad normally calls me this, but then again, there's no meaning behind it. Ever since I was a child, he would call me this name up until now. Also, I have one auntie who calls me Lishi. I don't know why, but it sounds cringy to me, but she calls me that whenever she sees me, so I just let it slide. On social media, I go by Alicia Jane Lavaro, but for those who know me personally, it's Alicia Jane Viejo Lavaro. I only started putting my middle name on social media just last year because I have this one coworker who always calls me by Alicia Jane. And because she was the only one who noticed, I changed it for her. One day, she came up to me and asked, is your name Alicia Jane or is it just Alicia? As I'm recurring this moment, I smiled at her, turned my badge around while she smiled and laughed. She said, is that why your ID is facing towards you? I said, yes. For one being, no one can see my picture, and secondly, no one needs to know my full name. So, as for reference, my badge is like this, facing towards me. If I were to flip it, then you can see my picture and my name, and nobody needs to see that, so thank you.